G'day, mate. How are ya?
I got my coffee going.
G'day, mate. How are ya?
I got my coffee going.
G'day,
Love the
mate.
echo.
How
Love it. How are you doing? Good morning. All right, let me have a couple of sips of oat latte. All right, well, welcome to Forex.Today, the YouTube community of more than 20,000 foreign exchange traders. We gather here today to conduct technical and fundamental analysis with the overriding goal of planning our trades in advance. With that being said, let me remind you that trading is risky, not appropriate for everyone. Your past performance, good or bad, is not necessarily indicative of future results. Please stay small, stay humble, focus on the long term, never risk money you cannot afford to lose. Hello, good to see you. What do you want to do today? Let me know what you want to cover. Gold, oil, Bitcoin? Okay, whatever you want. That sounds great. If you want to do a particular currency pair, if you want to be mocked for choosing like Euro CAD or something, sure, I'll do it. Whatever. Dollar? Sure. Euro Noki? Sure. Yeah, so anyways, look, I love trading. I love investing. I love money. I'm a capitalist pig dog. So if you have any questions or concerns about money in general, I'm happy to indulge the question and maybe actually give an intellectual response. Who knows? So anyways, let me know what you want to do. I'm here to help. If you look at the description below the video, you'll see that there are resources available to you that I believe are important. Okay? A trustworthy and ethical foreign exchange broker. Yep. Tradersway.com. You can click the link. You don't have to click the link. Doesn't matter. I'm not going to earn a commission or something like that. Go ahead. Visit the website. Go in incognito mode if you want. But the thing is, open up a demo account and give them a shot. Maybe they'll earn your loyalty and respect. If you visit investorbootcamp.com, it's 88 hours of training for $88. But you ain't got no money, that's okay. There's a free 90-minute lecture on how to do risk-reward valuations for your investing, in particular into stocks. But the same principles can be applied to things like real estate or bonds. Would you like some feedback on your technical analysis skill? Sort of like having a coach? How about for free? Would you like to compare your analysis to 3 different technical trade plans on different time frames? TradePlans.ai, completely free. I own it. It's mine. There's no monetization, no ads, no nothing. Okay. Speaking about free, how about a 90-minute lecture on fundamental analysis? Totally for free. Click that link if you are interested in learning more about how to do fundamental analysis. If your modality is reading, I wrote a book many years ago, and all the rules apply still today. Once again, you ain't got no money, but you want to learn something, try the YouTube channel over at FX Bootcamp. There's about, an hour and a half worth of lectures there. Part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4. Yeah. They're pretty good. It's pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty good. That one I did many years ago. I believe it was for FXCM. Hang on, my phone's going crazy. My phone is going crazy. Oh, collecting dividends. I love it. Cool. So anyways, look, all of these resources are available to you. They're in the description below. Check them out. Yeah. yeah, valuable resources. You should probably check them out. All right, so let's start with the indices. Oh, you know what I forgot to tell you? I know what I forgot to tell you. There's a special event today. Oh, I can't find it, so I will open a new browser session. New. We'll go to quantbox.co/ is it all hands meeting? I think so. Niet. I just sent out an email too, so hang on. Let me, wow, I have too many windows open. Do any of them have a window open that I actually want to use? No, of course not. Hang on, let me give you one more. Sorry. I have to log into my email. And of course, it's not that email. It's the other email. So I'll go to that email. Is it going to be here? All hands meeting today. Let's see. Quantbox all hands meeting. Oh, there you go. So anyways, I have a meeting, a big announcement, a big discussion, amazing news. It's going to happen at noon today. Even if you're not a subscriber to Quantbox, but you're interested. You're like, man, I do need help with the fundamentals. Sweet. Even if you're not a subscriber, or if you used to be a subscriber, or you're a current subscriber, you're going to want to know this. You're going to want to hear this. You're going to want to see it. Okay, so now if I can find the chat, I have the wrong channel. Hang on. Then I will pop it in here. You should check it out. Morning, Manuel. Oh, okay. Sure, Lucas. Sure thing. Yeah. So, all right. So I got 10,000 different windows open. I got to get to one there. All right. So there you go, everybody. Please attend. You're going to want to attend. If you care about fundamentals at all, there's some big news. All right. Good morning, Bernard. B-Man. Capital B. Trading the Forex. All right, so let's go back. Oh, yeah, we're here. All right, this is what I want to see. All right, so we had a little bit of dollar strength. I characterized yesterday as being a profit-taking day. And now the big question for today is, will today have a theme of buying back, buying the dips? Is it a buy and a dip day? I don't know. The one thing that worked really, really, really well recently, of course, is the yen just keeps weakening. You wake up in the morning and it's 1:45. What do? You sell the yen. You sell the yen. Do you remember me doing that 3 months ago? Mm-hmm. How do you attend the meeting? You click this link. Okay. And then you'll probably need to set an alarm and say, hey, maybe around, I don't know, 11:50 a.m. Eastern time, you return to the page. Or, here, let me show you, let me click the link. Here's the other thing you can do. Okay, there's the page on Quantbox. Okay? You could pop the chat and you could watch it on Quantbox. But you're like, I don't like it. I don't like it. Whatever you want. Click that button. It just takes you to the private page on YouTube, and then you do the whole notify me thing. Okay? Would you guys please, for those that are interested in attending today or plan on attending today, will you please type in hello or good morning or something? Let me know you're alive. Yeah. What's up, Stingray? Santiago. Morning. Morning on hell. Yeah. Right now. Good morning. Man, I got a headache for some reason. Too much screaming. Oh, here, says the L man. Okay. I'll be there for you. These 5 words I swear to you. Okay. So anyways, that'd be good. Say hi. Hola. And we'll come back to that later. Dude, I don't know how you guys are going to react to the news. I hope it's favorable. Please. All right. Anyways, yen. You wake up in the morning, it's 1:45. What do? You sell the yen. Yeah. What do you do if you have insomnia? And you're like, well, might as well sell yen. I'm up anyways. Might as well sell some yen. Okay. What else? Swissy, got to the line and held. Okay, that makes sense. I'd rather Swissy be going down in a risk on. And of course, if we're going to today buy dips, then you want to see USD weakness returning. Okay. The Aussie mean is holding, and remember I covered this 2 days ago. 2 days is going to be the day, right? Going to come back to you. So you remember? So interesting because the downward move in Aussie is not good. I mean, it's a long ways down, right? All right. So anyways, let's go check out the commodities. So this one I'm watching very closely today. And I'm wondering if it's going to be a down day or are we buying a dip day? Okay. So it's really just a simple sort of this today or not. And if it's not an update today, we probably have to wait till Monday. I want to see who paid dividends. Who paid me dividends this morning? I love my portfolio. It keeps sending me money. See, most people, the way they invest into the stock market is they just pray to God the prices go up. Okay, that's fine. Mine, each investment every 30 days gives me another cash payment. Love it. So if you have 7 or 8 or 9 of these investments, almost every day you get like a bzz, bzz on your phone. It's just like you've received cash from your portfolio. And, oh yeah, I got one from my 20-year T-note. I have exposure to the 20-year and 30-year, so with an average duration of 25, and it just paid me money in cash. Nice. Oh my God. Ooh, sorry, tired. Long day already, man. So, love it. Cash payments. Cash is king, right? What did they say? Cash is trash? Only if you ain't got it. Cash is king. Is cash king or is cash trash? Depends on who's got it, right? Santiago, what institution holds my portfolio? I'm not going to answer that, but I now run a group called the Council of Investment Advisors. On December 13th, we are going to meet, and I will show you which major Wall Street firm holds my portfolio. And we are going to go through every single investment and understand strategically why it's in the portfolio. And then I'm going to probably, depends, I haven't decided yet, I might propose some new investments for the near future. And we'll have to discuss what those are. And then we'll have to discuss as a group sort of the balance of the investments. How much money is in each investment, and going forward, is it the appropriate level, or should we move money from one strategy into another? Well, why would we do that? Well, it depends on what we think the near future is going to be economically. How will we know that? Well, we'll need to review the summary of economic projections released by the Fed, but we'll also want to use things like QuantBox to look at seasonality and say, well, based on all of this, we think up, down, or sideways. Well, how should we balance our portfolio based on what we determine the near future is going to be? Oh my God. Yeah. And we have a new council member. He's committed. He'll be joining us. So, we have a good little group. I want to keep the group under, it may be 25, but the number might actually only be 20 people. Yeah. So, yeah. Yeah. And you will get real world experience managing money. This is a group for anybody that seriously wants to manage money. Would you like to help me manage my money? Would you like to have experience sitting on an actual investment advisory board like every institutional investor? Every institution works this way. So when I was a venture capitalist, I would do all my research. And I had a staff. I had 2 assistants plus my marketing assistant. And then if they needed more, I could go to the marketing department and get a quant. No joke. And then they would do all kinds of analysis. And sometimes we would hire outside consultants and all this kind of stuff. And once I got to a point where I wanted to make an investment, and remember, I managed 5 other investors. So whenever we got to a point where I or one of my team members want to make an investment, then I would take all this information and I would pitch the investment council. Here's the investment opportunity, and here's the deep dive research that I've spent hours on, days, weeks on. And I pitch them, and they meet and they decide yes or no. This is how institutions work. It's the same way for any endowment. So again, someone who managed billions of dollars for the largest endowment of the arts in the entire world, he taught me how to manage money. And this is how they manage money. Yeah. So if you want to join, it's really simple. Let me bring that up. The website sucks. Don't judge me by the website. I had to pop something up. If you want to join, you got to join. investorbootcamp.com/CIA. Okay. We meet 4 times a year. Okay. So I got 50 grand into this account. We're going to turn it into $1 million. Let me say that again. You are going to have a track record of sitting on a formal board, investment advisory board, and you are going to be able to have the experience, but also the track record of saying, as an investment advisor on a board, on my board, you contributed to an account that grew from 50,000 into 1 million. And portfolio construction and management. And let's say after doing it, let's say for 5 years, you have 5 years of experience, right? Of portfolio construction and management as an advisor to the council. I mean, dude, this is work experience, not education. I will teach you, but ultimately you will become an advisor. A real one. You sit on a board of directors. In this case, it's an advisory board. Non-fiduciary. Okay. Kevin says he wishes he could join, but the thing is, it's all education. I'm assuming you know basically nothing about money. Okay. Oh, and that $250 stock trading course, you get that included because I need you to know this information. So I just need people that are committed and you want to do this for, let's say, the next 5 years. If you want 5 years of portfolio management experience so that you can claim on your LinkedIn profile, something about portfolio construction and management. You can talk about your rotation strategies and your macroeconomic analysis and your seasonality. Like, if you want to have all of that, that's what I'm offering to you. All right, let's go to the stock market. As long as this sucker's going up, the yen stays weak. Okay. Yeah. Oh, and I guess now that we've talked about that, you got to come to the party. For everyone else that just wants to get together with other traders, I got to do that. investorbootcamp.com/party. Come to the party. Come to the party. At least just have dinner. Come have dinner with us. Come have dinner with us. This is a council meeting. We're doing a council meeting that day. And when we're done, we're going to get together with all Investor Bootcamp members, all FX Bootcamp members, all Forex.Today members, all QuantBox members, everyone. We can get together. Let's hang out. Okay, 27 days. You got to get going. That's right, Rich. Let's go. All right. So anywho, here's what I'm trying to say. As long as this sucker's going up, you're selling Japanese yen. Now, are we concerned that we're wimping out 2 standard deviations from this downward mean? Notice that the overall trend, the big fatty, this is the mean. Okay? It looks down, and maybe it'll change, but statistically, from where we're measuring till now, It's statistically down, but we've moved from one standard deviation below the mean to two standard deviations below the mean to two standard deviations above the mean. Is this going to happen next? Maybe. Now, if it was June, I'd say for sure. But we're on our way to December, January. I don't know. This is an interesting price, and it's an interesting time. Okay. Okay. Cool, right? Or this is really, really, really turning bullish, and we are basically going up forever. And that's very possible too. I mean, okay. Well, don't think Santa Claus rally. Think seasonality. Cool. Greg says I can do it in the future. What, coming to the party or joining the CIA? Boy, Greg, your experience would be very welcome on the CIA. But if it's just hanging out with you, that's great too. All right, so now looking at the Japanese stock market on a higher time frame, you see, that's pretty simple stuff. And then you go here, you can see it's pretty simple technical analysis. So if that's the case, and if you're following seasonality, I would say we have another 6 months of potentially up. And that would be, as they say in Scotland, great. Okay? If we did something like this, okay, that would be all of next year. That's how far we're looking at. Okay. Japanese stock market. It's cool, right? If you want to impress people, that's one way of doing it. They're like, oh man, how about that NASDAQ the other day? And you're like, the NASDAQ? You're like, that's child's play. Dude, I've been crushing the Japanese stock market for months. And dude, you get instant respect. They're like, what? You're trading the Japanese stock market? Oh, full show. What, you ain't? Right? Yeah. And then they get all mad at you. This guy lacks empathy. Oh, yeah. No, right? Anyways, how about the German stock market? Lovely. Wow, huh? German stock market. So like I was saying earlier, are you buying dips today? It's a beautiful trade. Don't let it get away. Yeah. What? Yeah, the weekly claims. Well, that's good. Yeah. So why is it good? Why is bad claims good? Somebody had a question about behavioral finance yesterday. We're on the day trading price, by the way, guys. If it's going to go north, we'd probably do it here. That's right. Yeah, you're both correct. Maida and Lucas are both correct. Fed's policy is working. Fed doesn't have to raise anymore. Yeah. So that could be good. So again, I'll pose the question to you. Are you buying a dip? If you're buying a dip, your first area of opportunity is somewhere in there. You're either buying the daily M2 or you're buying the 4-hour 21. And that's that. That's it. And are you buying it today? Are you buying it tomorrow? Are you buying it Monday? That's really the only question. Or do you think there's going to be massive profit taking and that we have a very significant pullback? Okay. Hey, Greg, if you're still here, let me know what you meant by you can do it in the future. Were you talking about just coming together for a cocktail? Or are you talking about joining the CIA? Boo-ba-doo-doo-doo. We also had import-export prices, eh? Oh, for sure, eh? Import prices declined. Lower fuel, we already know, huh? Prices for exports fell even more. First monthly drop since June. Obviously, inflation, right? But also we covered that in retail sales as well, huh? How about imports? Prices for fuel imports declined. All imports excluding fuel. Oh, even that declined. Interesting. The third consecutive month. Wow. Yeah, I got you, Greg. No, that'd be cool, man. Yeah, I love talking shop with traders. Love it. Yeah, and I hope you don't mind like Wagyu steak dinners and maybe a glass of Chateauneuf de Pape. Huh? We're nice, right? Nice Rhone Red. Richard's trading, swinging both ways like a broken gate. Cool, Richard. Wow, look at this. Foods, feeds. So like wheat or soybeans, for example, so on and so forth. Decreased. Wow. Everything is down, right? Wow. Non-fuel industrial supplies and materials fell. Wow. Everything fell. Wowzer. Everything fell. Look at that. Wow. 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 Wowzer. Oh, wait, that's last year. Fell. Yeah, like, whoa, dude. Yeah. Yeah. All imports. So the stuff we are importing fell. Okay. So those are input costs. So you want that to fall. So lower, 2% lower than a year ago. All right. But here's the problem. The stuff we sell to foreigners, this is income. Our income's down 5%. So to get a 2% discount on the stuff you actually buy is not that great. So this is a loss for us. In particular, we import more than we export. So so it's a double whammy. But there are both negative numbers. Richard's like, I'm in it for the money. Yep. Oh, you want to do Vegas? Yeah, the problem is I used to do Vegas all the time back when I was a young man I used to do all the different trade shows. I just got sick of it. Grand Prix seems pretty interesting though. I did look at a cruise in South Florida. There is one next year. What do you guys think about this? It's a 4-day, right? So 4 nights, 4 nights. But, the first night you get on the ship at like 6 o'clock at night, have dinner, go to bed, right? Then there's a night at sea. So I would do some training. Then the next day is the Fed meeting. And a bunch of, all the regular folks, the Gen Pop, they go see some key. Hey, everybody, look, a beach, whatever. We stay on the boat because it's a Fed meeting, and we do our CIA work. And then the next day, you're in the one of the cities in the Bahamas, whatever it is. And so that would be a free day. We can get out and hang out together and all that kind of stuff. And I know a place to take everybody. That's awesome. And then the next day you're back. And I priced it out, and the room and the board, and I think the cruise would give us our meeting room for free. So it's sort of like, and that cost, because there's a cost for everything. It's like $1,000 a head. I don't really want to be locked on a boat for 4 days, but it's the perfect dates. And we basically just get one free day to hang out and in the Bahamas for a day, which might be fun. And so that might work out. It's literally the week of the Fed meeting in March. And 4 nights and 4, what is that? Four dinners, 4 lunches, 4 breakfasts, snacks, dinner. I'll do an event. We'll have like a cocktail hour. All of it. And the meeting room. And I think that's if you're flying solo. So if you want to bring a plus one, it's the same price. I mean, dude. Okay. So that might be interesting if you guys want to do that. Versus like meet up in a casino in Vegas. I've done that so many times, and it's okay, but it's not great. Like I said, I've been doing it before. Okay. So anyways, that's not bad, right? All right. So anyways, you see this, it could be a buying day. Jim says it sounds pretty good. Yeah, I think so. I mean, what is that? If you do it per day, that's $250 a day. That's what the hotel charges me for our meal when we have dinner in Nashville. The meal is $250. So if you're like, that's an entire day, room and board? Snap. Shut the back door. And we get to, I get to strut like a peacock on a beach in the Bahamas with my sparkly belly button ring. Yeah, 24/7 pizza. Now, I think what they do, I didn't go so far as actually register. So I think what they do is they're like, oh, do you want Wi-Fi? Oh, do you want unlimited, drinks, or do you just want water and soda? And I think there's some upgrades. How much are the upgrades for like unlimited alcohol and stuff? I don't know. Dude, I don't know. Okay. Okay. But I think we'll have a really, really good time if we do something like that. So I might start making phone calls. I'm busy this week. I'm busy next week, but maybe the week after. All right. So anyways, look, I'm very interested in Nazi today. Oh my God. I told you it was good. Okay. Yeah, oil. So we have a request for oil. Oh, for show. Yeah. See, I forget these things. I did oil 3 hours ago. Or 3 hours ago? 2 hours ago. Yeah. So let's go over and do oil. And here we are. Let me drop into a smaller time frame. Let me give it a couple of clicks. Interesting. Whoop, 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 whoop. Okay, we're right on the line, y'all. I think the number was actually 7620. Okay. What you don't have, you don't need it now. Do-ba-doo. Yeah, well, Maida, I think that's just what they do on cruises. I don't know. I've only been on one cruise. So I don't know much about cruises. So the only time I've been on a cruise was on a Disney cruise. And I rented the largest, or I think technically second largest, room on the ship. It was like a 2-bedroom, 2-bath with a dining room. And so I remember walking in like, everybody says that the rooms on ships are small. And I'm like, this seems reasonable. It's got a nice dining room. Right. But so I don't know. And it came with a butler, and maybe they all do. I don't know. It came with drinks, and I don't know. It came with everything. So I really don't know. I'm not a big fan of like, over drinking. And it's actually a pet peeve when people over drink at conferences. But some people do, whatever. But having managed a lot of people over the years, I've had people come to work drunk and all that kind of stuff, and they're going through personal problems. And so you have to handle all that. But hopefully we don't have situations like that. I don't expect so. But most likely they would say, hey, here's a drink package. it's unlimited cocktails for a certain price. I'm like, yeah, well, okay. And I think the other thing they do, what do they? I think it's unlimited food, but if you don't want dog food, if you want good food, I think you have to pay extra for that. And what does that mean? I don't know. I haven't been on too many cruises. I don't even remember the food on the Disney cruise. Yeah. But I'd rather have better alcohol than cheap alcohol. So anyways, but that's someone's individual decision. And I will not pay for that. Yeah. All right. La la la. So anyways, yeah, double bottom. What do you stink? Uh-huh. This is a big moment. What will it do over the next 24 hours? This is the zone, dude. There's your zone. Will it flip and reverse? It might. Okay. Maybe or maybe not. Now, we got that news that just came out, and the levels of unemployment went up, which is great because that means the Fed is successfully cooling off the economy. So it's bad, which is good. But maybe it's not good for energy. I don't know. I would think it's still risk on, but whatever. Now, normally when you're trading oil, you're like, people are losing their job. They don't need to buy gasoline, right? Because they don't have a job anymore. Well, I don't know. Maybe if you lose your job, you just start driving your car around for Uber Eats. And maybe the new world order says if you lose your job, you end up buying more gasoline. I think there's some interesting things out there. Like, I was talking to an Uber driver one time, and I was trying to get Uber Black, the bigger, nicer, the XL Black. And there just wasn't anything available, or it was just ridiculously expensive. So I got the XL, I think it was. But anyways, maybe it wasn't even an XL. But anyways, so I ordered an Uber, and and this big SUV shows up. And it's nice, and you get in, and the smell of brand new leather, very comfortable rear seats, like a high-end vehicle. And I'm like, how come this isn't an XL or a Black? And she said, Uber won't classify this vehicle for whatever the reason was. And the interesting thing is now that changes the value of the vehicle. Because people buy vehicles based on becoming an Uber driver and the type of Uber driver they want to be. So it'll classify if this vehicle is if you buy this vehicle, Uber will consider it XL. If you buy this other vehicle, it'll consider it Black. If you buy this other vehicle, it'll be XL and Black. But if you buy something almost exactly like it, Uber will say, no, it's not XL or Black. It's a regular Uber. And that it's changing the value of the cars. I think that's interesting. Yeah, Meta says it. Yeah, we agree on that, Meta. And in fact, in the original conversation with the cruises that I did like 6 or 7 or 8 months ago, they're like, they wanted to add it, the alcohol included. I'm like, no, that should be something like when people check in, go ahead and offer it to them and they can upgrade or not. And they're like, no, you have to do it. I'm like, no, I don't think. I'm from that world where I don't think the company should buy alcohol for people. It's a choice. So anyways, that's always been my thought going back 100 years. In this case, with meeting up in Nashville, because I'm doing it so low key, I'm just handing a credit card, like charge everything on my room, right? And that kind of thing. And it's okay. And we're doing it after dinner. So if you want a cocktail, if you want a digestif, if you'd like a glass of wine, great. Yeah. Yeah, why not? If you want a cocktail, yeah, why not? Have an old fashioned or a Manhattan. Okay. What a great day. I'm watching this My Oh My WTI quite closely, but really my eyes are really truly focused on the stock markets today. Gold, okay. Yeah, nice. Holding, it's holding, it's holding. Yeah, it's holding, great. If you go peak to valley, you can see it was just a 618. Okay, great. Great. I'll leave it there for now. Pavel says, "Hey, what about the recession? Don't you think they will keep rates high for too long?" I don't know about too long. Okay, I don't know about too long, but nonetheless, what is being priced right now is sort of the Goldilocks scenario, soft landing scenario, that kind of stuff. Sure. Sakala says, "Hey, why focus on fundamentals if price action reflects underlying fundamentals?" I don't believe it does, actually. Okay, but they do work together. Okay. Right. So as Jim says, fundamentals sort of tell you more about the future. So the difference, Pavel, was it Pavel? No, Sakala. Sakala, the difference is price action is very short term, and the fundamentals might tell you like for example, and it doesn't always have to be this way, but I think about all of next year and the year after. Price action is telling me what my next trade setup is. And ideally, they both have congruency. Okay? Okay? So price action, yeah, this is good. Does this reflect fundamentals? No. But fundamentals, okay, fundamentals allowed me to draw this to say, this is a price in which I believe this can turn bullish again. But price action doesn't know it's bullish until this trade is lost and this is set up, right? So I love price action. So I have nothing bad to say about price action. Okay. But does it reflect fundamentals? Absolutely not. It will after the fact, where fundamentals, they're predictive. You can prepare. And if you're prepared, your price action will confirm or deny these trends. So like maybe a simple example would be if the Fed does, or how about when the Fed cuts interest rates? What will the markets do? That would be a fundamental question. Another fundamental one would be, what does gold typically do this time of year? Okay, Sakala? Is it typically bullish or is it typically bearish? Should I lean towards bullishness or should I lean towards bearishness? Well, those are fundamental questions. And once again, price action will confirm or deny what you would expect. Okay. So if you thought, let's say you did the analysis and said, 18 out of the last 20 years, gold falls, then you could say, well, if we double top and lower high, lower low, which is a price action scenario, then you're going to take the short. You would lean on the short versus just chasing price action. Okay. So again, I love price action. In fact, I don't think you could trade profitably at all if you don't understand price action. Okay. Now, I also know that there are market participants. And the classic example I always give is George Soros. They don't have a chart at all. Right, Sakala? There are traders and investors that don't have this. They don't look at this data at all. Yeah. So they're like, they don't need any of this. So what does that mean? Is price action wrong? No. So when people say all you need is price action and everything, the fundamentals are built into the price action, that's like saying, right, that a fundamental investor who can be successful trading gold, because they're successful trading gold without technical analysis at all, that makes price action wrong. No, that's not true. Okay, now, what I'm focused on, right, because let's say there's a technical only trader, there's a fundamental only trader. And as long as I've been a trader, going back to the very first Forex trading conference, this was a question. And I didn't like what the experts were saying. So, right? And they were saying, you're either fundamental or you're technical. Which one's best? That's the wrong question. So instead, what I propose is that, let's say you trade price action only, and I am convinced you must know price action. And I said it, and I'll say it again. If you don't know how to trade price action, you don't know how to trade at all, technically. The rest of your technical analysis is worthless. Okay? But we also know that somebody like George Soros makes billions of dollars trading fundies. Fundamental forces is what I call it. Okay? Fundamental forces. And what I'm trying to teach you is that both are important, and in particular in combination with each other. Okay? Okay, neat, right? So, combining these things, I think what you get to is optimum. Optimum. Okay, optimum. I think the best outcome is combining fundamental forces with price action. Okay. Okay. So we have a question. Pound is weak, CAD is weak, and somebody wants me to review it. For what? That would be a suboptimal trade. You're trading the currency that's the weakest. You're trading something weak against something that's weaker. You might be better off euro versus CAD. Okay? You see tidal wave, Dave? T-Dub? Davey? Pound CAD? Really? How about Euro CAD? Oh, yeah, I know. But yeah, sure. Why don't we look at it? I'm just saying right off the bat with 2 seconds worth of research, I can see that even if you're making money there, it's suboptimal. You're trading weak versus weaker versus strong versus weak. Okay? So you might make money, but you would be making more money somewhere else. So you're betting on the wrong horse. Okay? All right. Now, let's look at this. Pound CAD. So what are you supposed to do in here? This might explain why there's weakness. What are you supposed to do in this zone? Dave? Yeah. Cool. But you bought it, so did you buy this? If you did that, it's okay. But once again, probably suboptimal. But if you did that, that's okay. That's good price action. That's fine. But, now you're betting a bit that you're going to get to this level. But it usually doesn't do that, Dave. Okay? That you usually don't go to that level. So it's a bit of a gamble. It's a bit late. You're a bit aggressive. I'd rather you be aggressive down here. Okay? And I teach in my courses that this is the time of the month in which you get aggressive. But up here, it's the worst time to get aggressive. In fact, you could just take the rest of the month off. I always say you can volunteer and be a docent at your local museum. Okay? Now you're working hard for your money, Dave. You're taking risks that are probably, based on probability, not likely. So let me see if I can expand on this, and we'll get lucky here. Pivot points weekly. No, I want to do monthly. Pivot points monthly. All right. Let's do 2 years. All right. How many R3s or S3s do we have? Okay, let's do it this way. No. 1. No. No. 2. Oops. 2. No. 3. All right. 3 times of the last 24 months. Actually, we can go back further. Well, that's not 24, right? So nope. I'll add that one. And I guess we'll even add that one. I'll be generous. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. All right, this is the 18th month. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times it's happened out of 18. Okay? So you have a 73% chance of failure. There's one way of looking at it. Now, the other thing you could do is say, well, what about if you only looked at Novembers? All right, now you got to go back, 23 different Novembers? That's hard, isn't it? But do you follow that? Like the logic there? So do you want to go back 23 Novembers? Now you got to get the data, right? All right, so now we're looking at pound CAD. And you want to go back 20 years. Great British pound versus, that's the dollar, pound CAD. So you want to go back 20 years? All right. Okay. And looking at this data, look, I'll expand it so you can see it a little better. Okay. Yep, pound CAD tends to go up this time of year. So November, okay, tends to be generally up. But by this time of year, actually is up, but becomes less up week after week after week after week. Interesting. But each week is less bullish, but they're bullish weeks. So yeah, so if you go to where we are now, right? Okay, so we're week 46. So you probably should have started buying it about a month ago and traveling up. So now we're talking about Sakala. We're talking about fundamental research now. So if you were going to play the pound CAD, if you're going to look at 20 years of aggregate data, about 4 weeks ago, which is week 42, you would start maybe accumulating a position in pound CAD if you're going to do historical norms. And this currency pair tends to bottom out, okay, somewhere between October and November. But now we know it's actually week 42. And from there, it can or has very often turned bullish. Okay. And you can see from here to here, October, November, it happened right on time. Right on time. So now we go back to the price action, because remember, we want optimum performance. So you could be ready, willing, and able somewhere around week, right? Week 42. And that is approximately here. Yeah, I think that's about right. Okay, so you guys following me? Somewhere around week 42, you're thinking about maybe becoming a bull, because you're looking at 20 years of aggregate data that says maybe this is bullish. Okay, you understand things like price action. You understand things like pivot points. What pivot point is this? Monthly M2. It's the most important bullish pivot point there is. Take the training course at Investor Bootcamp. Okay? Now, what about price action? Okay? So let's call this week 42, week 43. So somewhere around week 43, week 44, you buy the roll reversal, which is price action, and you're gone. Now we're getting to tidal wave Dave's trade, and there's a high probability of just profit taking. Whoever bought this should probably consider going to cash. Okay, and then maybe they reaccumulate on profit taking here and take it north there. What do you guys think of that type of analysis? The fundamental analysis first. Do you like having 20 years of aggregate data broken down by week by week by week? Do you like that? Dave, would that help? Yeah. It's good to know. It's good to have the information, right? You see how easy that was? Now, trading's not easy, but most of you are like, dude, I can't go back 20 Novembers and then mathematically calculate the aggregate result because you don't have 20 years of data. QuantBox has 20 years of data. Holy smokes. For pound CAD. Do you understand how redonkulous that is? And you can find, week 42 typically bottoms out. So now you're like, where's week 42? Yeah, cool. Nice. Okay. Now, Tidal Wave Dave says, I'm assuming the trend will remain in motion. Okay, but I don't disagree with that because an object in motion tends to stay in motion, right? What I'm suggesting here, Dave, is the probability of profit taking increases here. So that profit taking does push back. It is pushing against the trend. The trend is probably going to slow. Maybe it doesn't reverse it. I never said it would reverse it. But there's probably going to be some profit taking. And we typically see it here. Okay? We are now in, how do we say it? We're breaking it down. Okay, instead of weekly aggregate, accumulative, okay, this is each individual week. So we're sort of in here now, and do you see it's an uptrend, but every week is less bullish than the last. So what's happening? What explains that? Okay, we're going to lose some bulls here, Dave, I think, possibly. Like, I'm not saying we're not going to go up here. I just want you to have all the facts when you make these determinations. We could lose some of the bulls here, and then some of them buy them back, but it'd be the less bulls. So, for example, let's say there was, 1,000 bulls here, and then over here, 400 take profit, and here 200 of them buy them back. Okay, so now we only have 800, and up here, 500 take profit. You see? Why? Well, it's the end of the year. Frank says you have to have a bigger account, or how about just less leverage, Frank? So when I talk to my hedge fund buddies, there's very little leverage. See, they don't need leverage because they have a lot of money. Leverage is for people that don't have any money. And for some reason, they're not willing to invest time. See, there's only two things that you have in life, right, to invest: time or money. Okay? So you have a choice. And the funny thing is, I'm going to go over this again today because I have to do a review of what we talked about at QuantBox 2 years ago or a year and a half ago. So when it comes down to like time or money, that's it. So what's supposed to happen is if you don't have any money, so let's say you're young or you grew up poor, whatever the case may be, then you need to put in the time. You have to work really hard for quite a bit of time until you accumulate the resource that you're lacking, in this case, money. So you have to put in the time to create the value and then convert the value into money. And then one day you'll be old and gray and you're running out of time, but you have money. So you're like, well, I need to automate everything because I'm running out of time. I have this stupid money. Money is not my problem. Time's my problem. So you want to enjoy life. You want to just, that kind of stuff. So this is the normal thing, the normal way that humans have been looking at life for millennia. But for some reason, in the last 25 years, people say, I don't have any money, so I need to get rich now. So you're like, wait, you don't have any money and you don't have any time. What's the likelihood you're going to be successful? 0. It's never going to happen. It's a total mirage. It's demonic. Somebody's playing a joke on you. It's evil. When you see YouTubers doing all these short-term trades, oh, I just made $12,000 in 4 minutes. It's evil. It's demonic. Honestly, you're being lured away from the righteous path of simply, why don't you get some experience and create value? The world revolves around value creation. The more you create value, the better the world becomes. In particular, if every single living human being contributed value to their family, to their community, to their society, to mankind, we would live in utopia because there would be billions of people making the world a better place. The whole idea of getting rich quick destroys humanity and holds those in poverty, holds them down. It's one of the worst things ever. You should cancel your YouTube guru. But not me. I'm nice. So, well, it's a siren call. Do you guys know what that is? The sailors believed that there were spirits, evil spirits really, that called to sailors, right, with the lure, well, truly of love. Lonely sailors out at sea. And they're lured into the rocks and certain death. It's very similar. The appeal, think of how easy the lie is. The appeal, your life sucks and you ain't got no money. Well, I'll show you how to live like a millionaire and make millions of dollars quick and easy. Anybody can do it. It's very attractive. Okay? The only people I know that are millionaires and they did it easily are people that were born with it. And I don't know too many people like that. I do know many self-made millionaires. And not just 1 million. Or 5 million or 10 million. How about 40 million, 50 million, 60 million, 70 million, that kind of stuff. Like legit millionaires. You know how they did it? They're amazing people, incredibly focused and driven, extremely hard workers, all the way through their life, with amazing education, with an amazing attitude, an amazing mindset. And they're, smart, focused, driven people that made significant value for the rest of society and were rewarded beyond belief. And you know what? They're the same people now as when they were 20. These are like my good friends. And what did they do? They put in blood, sweat, and tears for years, for decades. You want to get rich quick? It's like the dumbest thing ever. In certain doom, you're going to crash against the rocks and drown. Right? Yeah. So anyways, I don't preach any of that message. I will teach you how to trade and invest like a normal person. And one of those things is like what I was saying is friends of mine that are giant hedge fund traders, Forex people too. They use almost no leverage, really. I mean, it's not even really offered at the institutional level. I mean, maybe you get like a little bit, 4 or 5 or something, 10-1, maybe, but it's unnecessary. So, okay, if the siren call of get rich quick is demonic, then the message I share with you every single day is based on love and respect. I want you to live a life of dignity, which means you create value. You can rely on your value creation. You have a skill and an ability based on logic and intellect and experience through hard work. You have confidence, not through arrogance or some positive way of thinking. You're confident because you do the work. And when you suddenly have great success, you can handle it because you did it in a mature way and you grew confident over time through the hard work. And the process is slow. You don't make $1 million in a year and suddenly, everything's changed. Well, what 99% of humans do in that situation is self-sabotage because ultimately you don't believe it or you don't deserve it because it was luck and luck runs out. And so if you want to have a sustainable business, it comes confidence through hard work and experience, and you slowly grow value over time. Okay? It's a business. It's a sustainable business. So I hope you appreciate that. And how do you get there? Well, when I attended as a keynote speaker, the very first foreign exchange, it was called the Forex Trading Expo, run by a man named Tim Berkwin. And it was later bought out by Money Show, if you know them. Okay? And after my presentation, I had some, what do they call it? Imposter syndrome, where I was a keynote speaker, but I just felt like I was an imposter. Like I was just a retail Forex trader. I wasn't a professional. I didn't work at a bank or anything. And so anyways, so I thought, well, I'll go meet some other Forex traders because I hadn't met one before. So anyways, so I go to a panel discussion, and there was 2 guys arguing over technical analysis or fundamental analysis. Which one is better? And after this argument, I thought it was stupid. Remember how many years ago this would have been? 2004, 2005? So 20 years ago. So anyways, I had my speaker badge hidden, And I'm standing at the back of the room behind the audience. So anyway, so I raised my hand and I said to the panel discussion, I said, you're speaking to a room full of retail Forex traders, not institutional investors. Shouldn't you be advising them that you should have a healthy respect for both technical and fundamental analysis? And they both looked at me dumbfounded like I just ruined the entertainment. And they said, yeah, actually. And then boom, they went back to the argument. Which one's best? Fundamentals, technicals. And they went back to, and I walked out. I went to see one more presentation. It was a horrible presentation. I walked out on that one, and I've never seen another one ever again. And so here we are now, 20 years after the fact, 25 years after I started trading. Here's my opinion. Suck a lot, right? You need a healthy respect for both technical and fundamental analysis, and you must put in blood, sweat, and tears for years to turn this trading thing into a sustainable business that creates value for you and others. That's my point of view. So I will see you at noon. Are you guys coming to the presentation at noon? You guys going to come? I got some important information. You can help me potentially, if you want to do it, change not the direction, but influence. How do I say it here? I wrote it down here. Okay, I have amazing news for you. Big changes, big new benefits for you. It's true. I'm going to blow you away. If you're already a monthly subscriber, holy crap. Wait till you hear what I've done for you. I've already done it. You're my sweet baby, and I'm going to take care of you. Okay? However, I also have an important question to ask you. It could adjust the direction. So that's not a great word, but it can adjust the direction, or how about influence the direction of this of the service to serve your needs. All right, it was early in the morning, huh? 4 o'clock in the morning. That's the best I could do. All right, so let me read it again. Yeah, there's my Harvard education, right? However, I also have an important question to ask you. It could adjust the direction of the service to serve your needs better. It's true. So I have an amazing question, and you have to decide today. That's why I need you there. But before that, I'm going to give you the amazing new news. And then when I ask you this question, I think you'll be stunned, actually. Noon. So if you rather go here, so it's 2.5 hours from now. Okay? Okay? So if you prefer just to set the notifications, do it here. And by the way, just go to this and say hi. Like these guys. Say hi. Pop a chat. Turn your notifications on. YouTube is supposed to give you a little pa-ching. And I will see you in 2.5 hours. Yeah. Not here, TC. Over there. Cool. So anyways,